Thank you for watching this clip of Not My Bag.
Make sure to like and subscribe.
And if you're listening, give a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Of a lighter note, you also performed at, was it the London 2012 Olympics?
Oh my God, this was so
This
cool.
is insane.
So how old? You were 10 then? Yeah?
I was 10.
Yeah.
10 years
Yeah.
old.
Do you remember it?
I do remember like parts of it, but I remember like the opening ceremony and stuff. Like it was insane in London, like never been before.
It was the best ever time
and it's
to be in London.
always so extra, isn't it? Like there is so much going on. You're like, there's people running there, there's people there, there's a stage there, there's fire there.
And
like,
Drag Race did the thing this series, didn't they?
They
With
did,
the
on the
challenge.
cabs.
I thought that was so cool.
Yeah,
How was
especially with
that,
Just
though?
Mayo's Jerry.
I
It
know.
really worked.
I was like,
didn't
this
it?
was made for
Yeah,
you.
totally. That was one of the highlights of my career.
Really?
Obviously being Sporty Spice.
Yeah.
Love the Olympics.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's just such an honour. It's like we were performing for our country.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It was mad. And it was the first time we'd ever really had social media with being
Coming through,
together.
yeah.
So like Twitter was like going mad. Like internationally, everyone was waiting for us.
Yeah.
Because the thing is as well, because obviously you're so well known all over the world, but obviously the whole of Spice Girls being English, to then be able to perform in England at like such a big event. Do you know what I mean? Because they could have been like, let's get Madonna, but she's American.
Why
It's
would
not
they get
the same.
Madonna? It's the British Olympics. Why would they get Madonna?
It's like when you have the Super Bowl. They can get.
I'm trying to get
English people
Beyonce over for the bloody Olympics, are they?
such a
He was
sausage.
10. It's fine. Ignore him. He was 10. I want to know the green. So apparently, because people in TV were telling me like rumors about the green room, like backstage on the with the performers and how intense it was with all of the different personalities. Like you had like the Pet Shop Boys and people like that. George Michael. Apparently, Naomi Campbell was a bit of a. Apparently, she went to like lump someone in the face or something.
Really? I missed that bit. Well, you know, I think
You were too busy killing it. Like.
Yeah. So my memory of that is it was a room full of like the creme de la creme of like British entertainment, you know, musicians, models. I mean, there was so many amazing people there, actors, and everyone was just so excited to be there. There was a really, I mean, everyone was nervous because it was a huge world
But
stage.
there was a buzz.
There was a buzz, and you know, you're hanging out with like, oh, these might be names because you're younger than me, but like Annie Lennox and Roger Daltrey from The Who, and you know, and Liam Gallagher was there, and it was such a mad mix of people, but everyone was in the same frame of mind. You know,
everyone's there for the same reason.
Yeah.
Like,
totally.
What were the nerves like before that? And was it similar to you've toured the world, like you've done so many incredible gigs? Was that different to what you've had before?
Yeah, you know, I find certain things more stressful than others.
Yeah.
I think something like that when it's so high profile and you really don't want to mess up.
Yeah.
But you know, when I'm with the girls, when we have each other, we kind of, there's so much support there, we feel better.
Yeah.
And we always we make loads of eye contact to just feel, you know,
Calm
secure.
each other and,
yeah,
I was
totally.
going to say, George and I, we go to a lot of events and stuff now, and we've got a lot of friends that do the same on their own, and it can be quite daunting. And even at the NTAs last night, it was really nice to like
just have each
be
other.
able to like look at him in the eyes to be like, oh, fine, because it is daunting when you're doing something you've never done before, the fear of the unknown.
You've got all these cameras about people calling your name. Like, do you know, if I did that on my own, I would have just walked straight through.
Yeah, so that's nice that you guys had that kind
Yeah,
of connection
totally.
to be able to do that, 100%. Right, so onto the Spice Girls. We've got to talk about it, 100%. I've got loads.
Excellent. Come
How
on,
much time you
hit
got?
me.
How much time you got? So, first things first. Originally called Touch. Weird name. Did you come up with that?
You know
What's going
what?
on?
It was always a work in progress because we knew
Yeah.
it wasn't the right name, but we needed a name.
Yeah.
And it was touches in, that's a touch. You know.
Right, that's cool.
Oh, it's a bit of us.
Our dad, like we all say that. What a touch.
Yeah.
Like,
Touch.
I mean, it's a bit weird for me because I'm from the north because it's quite a London,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
a
Isn't
southern
it?
expression.
What a touch.
Yeah, it means something's great. You
Yeah,
know,
that's
something
a
great
touch.
has happened. So that was the thought and feeling behind that. But yeah, it didn't last for long. And when we kind of started to really realise that we were different and we couldn't really dress the same. We did try, you know, people said, our original management were like, you know, have like some coordinated outfits on stage. And it was like, someone
This
always
ain't
looked
us.
a bit shit.
Yeah.
So we went up to rehearsals. I was in a trackie and, you know, Emma was in a little baby doll dress. Victoria always looked a little bit smarter. And it was just like, let's just dress like this. And
No, I
it
love
was
that.
like, it was amazing. It's one of the most important things about being a Spice Girl, our
course.
individuality.
Yeah, no, 100%. And then you've got a film as well, which is so cool.
Yes, Spice World, the movie, is 25 this year.
That was, so I'm 25. That's the year I was born.
Yes,
How
shares your birthday.
How cool is that?
That's very, very cool.
Because Mum texted me this morning and she was like, mention it, 25 years old. I was like, I will, Mum. This one's for you, Mum.
Oh, hi, Lisa.
Oh, she loves it. Oh my God. She actually wanted to come today and then she was like too busy.
where
Caught
is
up with
she?
her. We'll FaceTime her afterwards.
Okay.
She'll love that. She'll absolutely love that. So, early days of the Spice Girls. I'm talking like when you were formed, obviously working on the music, stuff like that. What was it like? And I can imagine getting to know the girls in that setting. Like, talk us through that.
Okay. So when I met the girls, it was just from the very, very beginning, it was so exciting. You know, when you just meet people.
And you're like, this is fun.
Yeah. And it's like, I was obsessed with them. I was like, Mel B, the coolest person I've ever met. Jerry, the kookiest person I've ever met. And then, you know, Victoria, she's so laid back and funny. And I was just like, each person I was really, really drawn to.
Yeah.
Now, Emma came a little bit later.
Right, okay.
Because there was a couple of lineup changes. And then when Emma came, everything just went like really, it just felt really magical. Like this little jigsaw piece had been put in.
Yeah.
And yeah, we just knew we had something really, really special.
Yeah.
And we all shared this vision. We all absolutely loved music, but we had really different music tastes. But we had things we wanted to say. You know, we were all young women. We'd had similar experiences. So that was how that, you know, the band was really starting to develop.
I feel like just that's why everyone loves Spice Girls so much, because everyone was like their own individual person. But it's again, like me and Joe, like you work so well together.
Yeah.
I think that's so good in a way because so many people can relate to you, but also to individual members. Do you know what I mean? And like your experiences will differ, but relate to someone that when you have these girl bands that are put together and then all have to do the same thing.
And they're all wearing the same
and
outfit.
they can't be themselves.
Yeah.
It's quite hard to see. And it's also difficult sometimes to be a fan of that because past the music, you also buy into the person, which is why TikTok at the minute, they're pushing artists on there so much because people want to get to know you as well. But I mean, the era that you had and with the film and with also like the documentaries, things like that, it's great. I miss that when you get to watch documentaries and see what people are like. Don't really do that
It's
anymore.
like, when people are on
media.
tour, the behind the scenes now, it's just so interesting.
I miss documentaries so much. Like I used to watch the Beyonce ones. I'm a massive Beyonce fan as well. And I used to love that because you never really see her do that anymore.
Yeah, it's true.
And it's nice to see a person behind it.
Do you know what? I think there's a really fine line because obviously we do live in an age now where, you know, we're seeing what people are eating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're seeing people's like what they're doing all day. And, you know, in the past, like the big superstars I used to look up to, you know, people like Madonna and I don't know, previous to that, I suppose, like the Beatles, they were so mysterious.
Yeah.
Because you didn't know that much
They just
about
came
them.
out, done their music, came back in, and you're like, what's going on? Like,
so when you saw behind the scenes, it was like, wow.
And now it's changed. The perception now that I'm seeing on Twitter is that people are getting like tired of artists not showing that side because of the social media realm and TikTok. People are like, you know, like I saw a comment about Beyonce not releasing her music, her visuals for her new album, being like, she's 40, she doesn't know what's going on, she needs to be on TikTok doing this.
Beyonce can do whatever she wants.
I thought that.
And I tell you what, it's like Adele, if you don't have to,
I know.
Yeah.
I know. And I see this stuff and I think you guys, but it's where the platform now that people just feel they can speak on anything.
Yeah.
People think they're industry experts as well. I see it online.
Or as
They're
well-
like, this is the rollout of the album.
Oh yeah,
I'm like,
everyone knows everything about everything.
yeah, 100%.
we have it like where our life is on video and we're always uploading stuff. People come up to me and Joe and they're like, so how's so-and-so, or are you feeling better after this? And I'm like, how do you know that? And then I'm also like, oh shit, that video got 2 million views. Do you know what? People feel like they know you.